Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games, not game design, and we are here with the new Humble Original. This one was for April. Best month of the year. This is Jawns.
Comes with free pretzels.
Comes with free pretzels. Doesn't come with free pretzels. You should go watch the trailer if you haven't seen it yet.
It's very humorous. They did a very good job. I was gotta play this.
This is made by Cypher Prime. And it's like it's a strategy game. It's a simple strategy game.
Surprisingly, it's like you don't expect it to be a strategy game, I guess.
Their tagline is it's like chess but without the rules. Like, all right. So are we gonna just fight each other, or should we fight against the computer first?
I don't care. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You can create. Wait, like
online play.
They did. No, actually, they talked about making your own rules. So I think that's what's going. So we're gonna play like what is this? I love how they've integrated how the game plays into the menu.
It doesn't actually do, like, you could.
Us two versus.
I mean, that would be kind of amazing if this interface could actually like hide little secrets. That'd be pretty cool. I know. I still love, even if they didn't hide any secrets there, I still love that you can interact with it like that.
Right.
I say we just do local. Let's do vanilla Jawns so that we get, and I don't know how long one match is going to take with you and I, so.
Yeah, that's true. I plan on, like, trouncing you very quickly. I'm red.
Fine.
Right, so we should probably talk about how the game plays.
Okay, so the objective of the game is to capture the bullseye piece, which is effectively your king. The king can't take any other pieces other than himself, or like the other person's king, I believe.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
The dots represent a piece's power. So a 3 can capture a 3, a 2, or a 1.
Yes.
A 2 can do 2 or 1, and then 1 can only capture 1. Blanks can only capture blanks, which means they can't be captured by non-blanks, which is kind of hilarious.
In addition, if a same number captures itself or a blank captures another blank, they kill each other simultaneously.
Mm-hmm. And can you only capture a piece if you start the turn adjacent to them?
Yes. So, or actually, there's they talk about it being a line of sight thing as well. It's a little weird. So, like, for instance, right now, this 1 can actually move over and capture that 1.
Oh, so maybe it's this direct line of sight.
It has to be a direct path, but it's like I played the other variants and that wasn't the case, or some. I'm not really sure. So
I'd say the other game modes probably mess with the rules.
Yeah, probably. So it is actually your turn.
Yes.
So generally, your blanks, the main purpose of them is just kind of to act like a wall. To prevent your opponent from moving around, because like you only get 2 blanks apiece, and they're randomly put around.
The ones are kind of cannon fodder.
Yeah, basically.
They slow down the enemy movement to you.
They can also capture the king piece, but otherwise that is really all they do.
Actually, no, I think that's a good point though. If they couldn't capture the king, then they would literally just be cannon fodder.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's there's a lot of weird strategy because it defies most rules, and that most of the time pieces are mutually destructive toward each other. But this time, so it's all about trying to get the edge over, which is what Chris and I are doing right now, where we're trying to kill each other's like smaller pieces, because otherwise you're going 1 for 1 every time.
A little sound design note that Eddie would be proud of. They give you a little like whenever you're in check, so your king is in danger or bullseye. I don't actually know if they named these pieces.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Screw that guy in particular. Yeah. Oh, that really is just about the core concept of the game.
Oh, you can swap places with another piece. With one of your ally pieces if you're right next to it.
Which is super important because it means that you can't just like jump over your own pieces, but they don't totally block you, which is kind of nice. Yeah, do it. I like though that the game itself is pretty simple. Like there's not a lot of crazy rules, which I think is what makes it successful in having the means of having a lot of different game variants. No. But it's super easy to just kind of pick up and have complex strategy. Which you and I have been really fond of games like that over the last like few years. Because a lot more of these have been popping up.
Yeah, easy to learn, very hard to master is pretty much it. There's a lot of interesting, like just like weird pseudo strategies that you pick up on in the game. And I think that we're gonna go into it after this match, but there's like certain game variants and stuff that really make that change the game up and make it really fresh.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking for a second there. Yeah. What? What are you gonna do about it? No. What are you gonna do about it? Do you think that they should show you the pieces that you've captured from like the other player? Have like a little pool of like dead red guys up here.
Oh, that would actually be really nice. So you could kind of see a count on the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a clever way to put the pause button.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I mean, it's built with like a mobile screen space in mind, so I would not at all be surprised if they build this for mobile, especially because the studio has built a lot of mobile games, so it seems like a natural fit.
Yeah. There's a lot of similarities between this and Threes. Aesthetically with the white background, and
yeah, I was gonna say from a graphic design standpoint, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Even that, like, the music's completely different, but even then, like, the music is still kind of like I like listening to this over and over while I'm playing this.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can. Okay. This whole time I thought you could only do it if you were literally right next to him.
Yeah, that seemed like it was the case, but maybe it was because we dicked around with too many game modes then before we really understood what we were doing. Fight me.
Let's do it. I'm wondering what this game feels like when you hit some degree of mastery, like you played it a lot and like you're really good at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's like a lot of pressure that builds up, like in a game of chess. Zugzwang is the term, like when you force your opponent into making a move that they don't want to do anymore.
I could see that. I mean, especially because late game, from what we saw, at least when you were playing against the computer, pinning your opponent seems to be somewhat problematic, until you goofed up and then your opponent just was like, now you're dead.
Yeah.
Fine.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
No, I don't want you to just waste them.
So this is, it really pushes that strategy that comes in chess, where you make a double threat, right? It's, I'm gonna threaten your most important piece, and another piece at the same time. So right now I'm threatening his main piece. So he's going to move it out of the way, and if he does, he knows that I'm going to end up getting a free piece off. I'm going to like take something in the process, or at least put him in a position where it's even
where
more.
I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. So now he only has one move he can make.
I could move here and just toss the game.
You could. They actually, there's nothing the game tells you, like, you're going to lose if you do this. Because the first, like, 2 or 3 games I played against the computer, I just, like, lost and was like, I guess I'm not supposed to move my king right next to another piece of any type.
Do you think it should? Do you think it should be like, that's a dumb move? Well, like you will die next turn if you do that.
Like in chess, that was kind of like an etiquette you had. You're like, that. You can't do that. You're going to lose if you put, you can't forcibly put yourself into checkmate. But that was like when I first started playing Duke, that was something I realized about Duke, was that they didn't have a system in place to say, hey, check, or anything like that. It was just like, you just like, your piece is over, it's taken, it's over. I was wondering when you're gonna gonna move that guy up.
Right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I do think it's super important, which is something we haven't talked about yet, but the assortment of pieces that we get, it might be a little randomized, I'm not totally sure, or at least their placement on the board, but we have the exact same starting setup. So like, you're not going to have more pieces that have 3 dots than me ever. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have more blanks than me ever, which I think is very important for this game.
But what is interesting at the same time is they have completely flopped them around, right?
Can I kill him?
Yeah, he's highlighted.
Oh.
Ow.
Get out of here.
No.
You've killed more of my pieces.
I have. I'm zeroing in.
I'm coming for you. No, don't come for me. I don't want it.
Yeah,
Can I actually reach you all the way down there?
Yeah,
good.
You can. So it's different in chess in that you can kill a queen, the most powerful piece on the board. You can kill a queen, and you can't actually move him.
I could, but I would lose.
But if you kill a queen, you could just kill the queen, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other person could also have a queen. In this game, there are essentially 2 queens on the board, the 3 spots, and the only way those pieces can die is to each other.
Yeah, so killing another 3 is a very significant compromise.
Yeah, I think at this point, because I have more pieces on the board than you.
That's actually
trading is in my favor, right?
That's exactly why I didn't do it. I was like, but if I could kill his 2s, then I'm in a safer spot. But now...
So now 2s are the most important. Now whoever has the most 2s.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Things are not gonna let that happen. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm guessing it's gonna be a steamroll from here.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Let's.
Also, from a user experience design standpoint, I like their system of telling you what player is active. They're doing 2 things in particular. Mm-hmm. The bar at the top and the bottom that denotes like the player's side, it'll become saturated with color, right? So it's the red turn, so the bar on the bottom is saturated the same color, and then the bar at the top is desaturated. But the other thing that they're doing is the player whose turn it is, their piece have a shimmer. You look at your pieces right now.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Right? And like, obviously, if I scroll the cursor over the pieces, like yours don't pop up because like you can't interact with this. Don't think that you can. But I think that's really smart. It's a very sleek solution.
Yeah, it doesn't have to add more clutter to the board or anything like that. It's using what they already have at their disposal to keep a very minimalist approach.
Yes. This is not good. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Let's make that trade. Let's do it.
No.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh,
yeah,
God,
move there.
There's nowhere safe.
You can move there.
Well, you can't actually kill me here.
Can I not? I tried that once. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think only Blinks can kill Blinks. I don't think Blinks can actually kill the king, although we're about to find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Can I just win?
Boom, what?
Can't
fight me. I'm the king, fool. See how enthusiastic I am about this? No, I need that for things.
Now you have nothing.
I have nothing. I am nothing.
All right.
God, this is. There's no way out.
So I'm wondering, now that the steamroll has happened, how do you feel about that? Is there...
I think there is the potential that I could come back, but it heavily relies on you screwing up.
Yeah, I have to make a mistake for it.
like, chances of that are so slim, though, that it's like, I might as well just concede.
Yeah. Just block and threaten.
But I am absolutely the kind of player that fights until the bitter end. Wait. It's fine. I ain't afraid no ghosts. Never needed that guy. I don't need you.
Eh? What makes this game particularly interesting is that your pieces can move anywhere as long as there is space to move there, right? Being able to do this is crazy. Because in most other games, you can't move around a piece.
That's true. Yeah, the free movement really is kind of... It's shocking that it's not broken. I guess it's because it's equal. But I guess my fear would have been that first turn advantage would be tremendous because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because we have a very narrow field in which we can interact in the very beginning, it doesn't like create a super dramatic effect. Yeah, the small playing field is pretty important, I think. Imagine if it were like 1 or 2 more rows wider, it would just be too much.
Yeah. I'm also wondering what happens.
What?
Now,
what?
yeah.
What? Fight me!
Because this is it, right? It's like...
We're gonna dance, fool!
Like... Alright, hi.
This is sort of the problem, though, that most strategy games that function on a board like this run into, where it's like, you could just be that douchebag and keep the game going for almost ever.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how I'm actually supposed to...
I mean...
Corner is always a bad choice. But then again, I still don't think I can... Alright, I can do this. And then you're gonna just... You can move anywhere you want.
Yeah, because you don't have enough pieces, but we're just gonna king
end
battle this.
Yeah, I don't actually... Is that a draw, technically? Like, is there actually a way of...
I think you don't lose your king. I mean, we could find out.
No, I can...
Yeah,
but I mean, like, if it weren't for you choosing to do that, would that have just been a draw? Would I have been able to actually...
It's a like, forced stalemate, I guess. Like...
Huh. Do you...
You can't physically pin me because the game doesn't... you don't have enough pieces to actually pull it off.
Yeah. In chess, there's a rule where if you
Isn't
only
that
have...
forced? It's like a theoretical stalemate. If I choose to keep going forever.
In chess, and because I used to do tournaments when I was a kid, if there's like a rule, something like if you only have a king left, and your opponent can't checkmate you in like 50 turns or something like that, it's a stalemate.
That would make sense.
All right, so
I do think it's
join game code. Enter your game code to play with your friend. Okay.
So you host a server, and then it's like enter your friend's code. Boop boop doop doop. What was I gonna say? I think that's a design flaw fundamentally with games like this, but it's not one that's really solvable. That's why I don't think it really reflects poorly on Jawns, because almost every single game like this has to have some kind of supplementary rule to handle that scenario. You and I have made board games and had the same problem. Like,
oh yeah.
There's almost no good way around that stalemate issue.
There's also another thing is like first turn advantage, and this game has nothing with that. There's like, as in like, it is potentially a problem. And higher echelons of play, like they have no solution to first turn advantage, and that more classical board games have always had that issue.
Yeah, I feel like the casual nature of this game doesn't require it to really need to investigate its first turn advantage thoroughly. Like, I don't think that first turn advantage in this game is going to make or break the game. I think that we still had a pretty compelling match, even though you went first. Although we're both super new at this game. All right, which one is this?
This is the numbers one. So now there's bigger pieces on the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's it? Is it the same mode otherwise?
I think otherwise it's the same. So we can...
This is awesome.
We know how that's going to play, right? Do we want to show the other ones as well? Like... Boom. First turn advantage.
Oh, you go down. Your number decreases as you move. So go ahead and kill one of my pieces. So that's a 5. You take that 1, now you're 4. So I wonder, if I'm a 4 and I take a 2, okay,
it just goes down by 1. So you want to try to maximize use. So what happens if I kill your 4th with my 4? Mutual destruction.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I love this mode. There's so much more thinking involved with this.
Here, you win this one. Good job, buddy.
Yes. Red always wins. Actually, did you know there's a psychological thing about that? Red is more likely to win in a competitive setting across the board. It's a marginal difference, right? It's like a 5% difference. But in competitive games, like between sports or things like this, there's a psychological thing that goes on that has, like, studies have shown that red has this minor advantage.
That's very interesting.
Right? I love it.
So there's that one. There's here's judo.
Fast movement, close quarters combat.
So this one's weird. I haven't completely... Oh, Blue gets to go first now. I haven't completely got the hang of it. I think basically what it boils down to is if you kill a piece... Okay, you can only kill if you're right next to it, right? So I'm going to move here. Now take my 1 with your 1.
Yeah.
Now it's not mutual destruction, and you get to move again. So this one is all about killing pieces with like pieces, but you can only do it when you're right next to them.
So if you move that guy, right, and I take a 1 with my 2,
then it's my turn.
So you actively want to look for numbers that match the piece's number.
Yeah, but you also don't want to... It's interesting because you don't want to end your turn right next to your opponent because
then
they'll take it.
It's weird. It's kind of a checkers mentality of like trying to set up the perfect like steamrolling maneuver.
Yeah, like having that slight advantage so that it goes downhill, and then at the end of it you have one more piece than your opponent.
I feel like this mode would benefit from diagonal attacks, but I wouldn't say that's worth changing the rules of the game for.
Last thing I want to talk about, we can check out the other mode real quick. Yeah. Fight again. I only can take it when you're right next to it, though. So last mode thing I want to talk about, actually, wait, go back. This back row. This back row of freedom there.
Which is not something you see in games like this very often. I like it, though, because it means that you get a little bit of extra movement if you want to play defensively.
Yeah. It gives you kind of a way out. At the same time, that's a dangerous place to be in, right? Because you back into a corner. But at least you can swap places with other pieces. So it really is like it really does force the game to a conclusion rather than there being a fool's mate kind of situation.
I mean, we even saw it in our legitimate game at the beginning of this episode, where I just kind of gunned straight for your king, and you're like, I'm just going to go bloop, bloop, and you tucked yourself into a different corner, and that gave you the means of maneuvering around and setting it up so that I couldn't actually fight you without losing my piece.
It's I don't know, it really does. Without that back row, I do wonder how quick the game would go. So we're playing a variant right now called Treasure Hunt or something like that.
Oh, yeah!
And basically, one of these blank spots is our king, and we don't know which one it is. We don't know. So, like, I'm going to kapow, and so it's like you move next to it, and if it turns out that is the one, it will go bleep and let you know that, hey, you found it. So
but that could also happen to you if you move the wrong piece. But now that I moved this guy, I know that he's not the king because it would have blooped if I put him into check.
Yep.
Which also would have meant I lose, but that means I can start investigating his other pieces with that one that I'm sure isn't a king, which I think is kind of genius.
This is a really cool variant. I think it's awesome not knowing.
Oh, I can kill?
What?
Did I just kill my king? No.
No, I
killed a 2 with a blank. So does that mean that some of your blanks are actually dots also?
Oh, maybe.
That's awesome.
So
because I killed a 2.
Oh, and it's a mutual destruction, so blanks can kill any piece, it seems like. Can you kill my 3 with your blank at the very bottom left?
I can. Oh, no. Wait, this one?
Nope, down. Yeah. Can he kill the 3? Oh, man.
Oh.
So blanks are now the super piece, but they always kill themselves.
You don't want to, like, risk...
Maybe
it's interesting, too, because the other numbers can't actually... Attacked it. Well, I guess that was a dumb move. No! Oh, yours was in a good spot.
So, I know there's like, it said competitive as well. I assumed that was just like a tally system or something like that. Here, let's just check it out real quick. Oh, mirror image.
Well,
it's a mirror image now. And,
yeah, I think normal mode was mirror image also. It just had fewer numbers.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Here, find out. Wait. Yeah, you win blue. Good job. Local, regular, play. Yeah, not mirror image.
Oh, it's mirrored like vertically, but not horizontally. The other one was mirrored horizontally also. That's interesting. Oh no, I guess it's not.
It's completely jumbled up.
Oh, you're right.
But
I was looking at the wrong
Competitive
pieces.
is completely balanced.
Oh, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Huh.
Cool. So,
Jawns is awesome.
that's Jawns. I was not sure what to expect because their video you should check out. We're gonna put the link for it.
The trailer doesn't really.
It doesn't explain anything, but that's the point of it. It literally
piques
is the
your
point of
interest. Yeah.
They have a great sense of humor.
It's a great minimalist trailer too.
So this is Jawns. I'm actually very excited, and if it's available on mobile or when it's available on mobile, I will be grabbing that up.
Much like the rest of the Humble Originals, I don't know if it's on sale because a lot of them aren't on sale. But check it out on the Humble store at the very least, and I would check out the website too. Of the devs that made this. This is made by Cypher Prime.
Yeah.
At Cypher Prime. Just tweet at them. Be like,
Do it.
how can I get Jawns? And they're going to be like, boop, boop, boop. That's how. And respond to you in a tweet. I don't know what they're going to say.
No, I think that they just go boop, boop, boop. Like, they're like right next to you, and you're like, well, how'd you get here?
Question of the day. I don't know. I mean, should we talk about the game variants? Should we talk about...
Yeah, let's actually... How do you think... What benefits do you think game variants provide to a
game like this?
A competitive board game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. This was awesome. I'm glad we did this. As I often am. This is a good one.
Share your thoughts in the comments
below.
below.
Very excited for Jawns.
Yeah.
Guys,
And we'll see you in the next video.
Adios.
Bye, everyone.